start from zero. And so, look, you've gone through that part now. You've stayed the course. You're now gaining momentum. You're not where I want you guys to be yet. Nowhere close. But you're gaining the momentum. And can I tell you what I've noticed? I just seen such a willingness. You guys always lock in when you're here, right? You do lock in, but it's different. This is different.
This is Secrets for Success.
Well, like 1 year ago, I was the one crying over trying to come up with the money to pay for my employees' salaries and stuff. And we knew there was a change. And, I feel like you have a very good way of saying what I need to hear and saying what I already know.
Yeah.
And, it's good to hear it from Big Brother.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that. Right after 1 year ago, so last February, a couple of my employees put in their letters of resignation, and then we decided to just close shop.
Yeah.
Let go give a severance to people and just hit up a super hard 180, like e-brake on and just change.
Yeah.
And so this past year has been really freaking hard and a lot of low lows and but it's necessary, and I finally feel like we're hitting some traction.
Right. Yeah. Good. That's a big thing. Look, when you are changing, don't worry, it's fine. We're just talking. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Something I was telling Joanna, she was asking me about goals and stuff like that. I was like, look, goals are not meant to be made. Goals are meant to just go is what I'm doing in alignment with where I want to go in life. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I remember that because I remember when you were here. Was it like right before the Super Bowl?
It was weekend. Yeah, it was like last weekend 1 year ago.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember the Eagles were in and you were all like, all giddy over it and all that. Yeah. So I do remember that was a tough weekend. I remember there was a lot of like tough conversations that were had, and I was like, look, at the end of the day, everybody's going to do what everybody's going to do. And so everything that happened and everything that went down was something that you needed to happen anyway, because you weren't in alignment. Like you weren't in alignment. The model you were working in wasn't in alignment with where you wanted to go. And you were, and I felt you were getting resentful to them. Mm-hmm. And so I remember when I heard what everything went down, I personally, I went like that. But at the same time, you had something that was working. It was working as good as it could work. You had something working in a bad model, right? And you knew you needed to do this, but now you're starting this. And guess what you start from? You start from where you were there? No, you start from zero. Mm-hmm. And so, look, you've gone through that part now. You've stayed the course. You're now gaining momentum. You're not where I want you guys to be yet. Nowhere close. But you're gaining the momentum. And can I tell you what I've noticed? I just seen such a willingness. You guys always lock in when you're here, right? You do lock in, but it's different. This is different. And so, I'm just really proud. I know you don't necessarily need to hear that from me. But I'm just really proud of what you all are doing. And I know that I finally feel like I have your full undivided attention. Because you're all in. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this weekend was timely for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because you have the model now that actually can work.
It's working. It's being successful at such a low number.
Right.
And like we're doing well with it. Like we had, our goal was to pay off all of our debt by June, so 6 months, and like we're well on our way to that, which is very good because we lost like a lot of money. Like I think what our accountant said, negative $100K last year in the clinic.
Yeah.
In the clinic.
Yeah. So you're in. It's not a good spot. You're in a better spot. Yeah. But now the thing is that I see unlimited upside. And so as an entrepreneur, what I want, people say, entrepreneurs, we're like massively risky. No, we're calculated risk. I want as minimum downside as possible. I know I got to deal with the downside, right? Okay. But I want maximum upside. Okay. And so what you guys had is you guys had downside. I don't know if there's less downside to this versus what you had before. You just had very little upside. You have very little upside. Now you got maximum upside. Okay. So there's still risk. Still got to get out of the hole that we were in and what we had from last year, but you have maximum upside now. So now it's just a matter of saying, okay, just let go of what happened. Let's continue to move forward. You're trajecting in the right direction. You're willing. I see it. I've had no, like, I feel like I know you guys very well. So I can feel it. I've had no barriers this weekend. It's just like, tell me what to F and do and let's go. And so, yeah, it feels good. It feels good. All right. Throw what questions you got? Yeah.
I guess, we were talking to Andrew and we had, like a hour discussion, just the two of us. And, people have the same arguments over and over and over, and it boils down to the same thing. So I think, we had that again earlier this afternoon, and it's like, I think we're ready to pull the trigger on hiring people, right? We were butthurt from a year ago. And then we've been doing it ourselves for the last year. And now I think we need to, because we're doing small potatoes. We're eating small potatoes. And like, obviously we're meant for bigger things, but it's like, okay, like all these small potatoes, it's getting in the way of us doing energy for you.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm similar to you, Greg, where it's like, okay, like I'm the visionary, I have all these exciting ideas and implement, and then like I need a Brittany, or not you, but as I own thing, but but just I need somebody to help me with the last 10%, the finishing touches and stuff, and like I haven't been able to be my creative self, and like it's not motivating for me, so it's not fun. We're in the trenches.
Yeah.
It's working. Like it's not what we want to be doing.
Right. Can you talk about some of those things? Let's talk about some of the things that you're doing that you don't want to be doing. Why don't you kind of just share that with me, man?
Yeah, like I at this point, like I'm totally okay with being the face of the brand. I'm okay with like doing that, and writing the book and doing the courses and being the social media person. I don't want to be doing notes. I don't want to be documenting.
Right.
I still treat it. I don't want to be taking calls and like I don't mind building relationships and giving value and helping people, because like obviously that's like my whole goal is to help people and stuff, but like it's like,
so when you're taking
time,
okay, so let's talk about like taking notes. That's with taking notes with your treatments that you're still doing, right? Correct?
Like the virtual consults.
The virtual consults. Okay.
Yeah, the big issue, elephant in the room, is that we, to sell the pumps and garments, need the notes. We need her notes.
Right. Okay.
They are needed so we can get paid.
Right. And so we've discussed recently, the last few weeks, of hiring an NP or PA to, work for Fern to do the consults, and then we don't have to run around getting their primary care people to sign off on stuff.
Right. Okay. All right. So that's one thing. Okay. In every single thing that you're going to mention, let's just ask ourselves, do I need to do it? Do I need to delegate it? Do I need to delete it totally? Or do I need to duplicate it through automation? So the first one, do you need to do it? If no, because you don't like it. And whenever you're doing stuff you don't like, that is just one more step in a direction that you will burn out. Okay? Like, you see me, I'm doing a thing I like. So I'm not looking at the clock. I don't need like, it's more they are trying to protect me, right? Of like, okay, come on, you gotta wrap it up. You gotta wrap it, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, you got to, yeah. Okay. So, all right, do I need to do it? Okay. In your case, no, you don't need to do. It doesn't sound like you need to do it.
Which thing are we talking about?
You're talking about the notes, like doing all the notes. Can somebody else do it? Can somebody else transcribe notes? Can I have a recorder in the room? Like, okay, that like these are questions we need to ask ourselves. Here, I'll give you an example. There was a time when I was in a clinic, and I had a therapist. She was actually a tech for me. She had done her board exam 4 times and failed. Okay, and after the second time, I just say, you know what? Here's the deal. I'm not gonna pay you as a therapist yet. She worked with me for 10 years. She was gonna basically be the heir apparent to me in the clinics. And but I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll pay you some money, but I'm gonna make you do all of my notes. You'll be in the room. This is pre-AI and all the other stuff. But I was like, you're gonna listen to me, listen to what I do, and then I'm just gonna talk with people. I'll do all the tests. I'll tell you the numbers. Okay, man, my enjoyment of my job went up so much when I just did that one thing. So my question to you is, you said the notes, okay? Like, can we either delegate that out? Can we duplicate that? Can we use a Plod device?
We have Plod. We have.
Okay, I'm brainstorming. I have no idea.
Great.
So what did we do?
Yeah, when I was in the clinic, I had a tech that would, scribe for me, and that was very helpful. We got a Plod, but it's not HIPAA compliant, even with the BAAs and all that stuff. So we scratched that. Yeah. So if you want another Plod, we have one.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we can't do that. I mean, I don't know. Are there other things? Are there anything that we could do? Like this, by the way, this Vibe one that I have is HIPAA compliant, Shoot, maybe I'll trade you they gave it to me and I'm in a beta testing thing with them. But like, I'm just wondering, is there something out there? Okay. So would that alleviate the issue?
100%.
Okay. And would that be cheaper than delegating it up to somebody? Yes. Okay. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to just start naming out the things and we just put which D behind it. I need to do this. This is what I'm going to do. Right? Like we already decided you're going to be the face. So all of the content, that is one-to-many advocation work and that's one-to-many vocational work. Okay. You're going to do that. That's going to be under the do. Okay. We've got to do note-taking. Freaking hate that. What joy does that give me on a scale of 0 to 10? 0 joy, 10 I'm in bliss, right? Okay, so but there might be certain things like I have to do this. All right, that's not ideal, but you don't. You technically don't. So do we delegate that out? Do we delete that altogether? We delete it altogether. We go out of business. We can't do that, right? Do I duplicate that through automation? Right? And tech, and so what we got to do, guys, we just got to write every damn thing out. And then that's how we start to make the decisions on what we have to do, what we need to farm out, and then what things can we do through tech. And you are at that point where we have to make those decisions,
Yeah.
We have to make those decisions. Now, let's just say it was a delegation. Okay, let's say we had to delegate this, all right? So just to not make things too complicated, I'm always asking myself, all right, if I was to delegate this, who's going to do this? All right, somebody's going to do this. How much am I going to have to pay them? I have to pay them $25 an hour, $30 an hour. Okay, I'm paying them $25, $30 an hour. All right, how many hours am I going to need them for in order for that to happen? All right, I'm going to need them for 20 hours. Okay, that's $600. $600 times, that's $2,400 a month. How many more units am I going to have to sell that I would, like, how much time is this taking from me? Notes are taking, I don't know, let's say it's 5 hours a week. Maybe 4 hours a week. Okay? So it takes 4 hours a week for me. How much more things can I do that can offset that? Right. That's how I make those decisions. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right? I look at every single thing that I do. I look at the amount of time. I look at the dollar per hour. I look at what would I replace that with doing. Sometimes I'm replacing with nothing. Sometimes I'm replacing with, I want more me time. Because I know that the biggest reason why people don't hit their objectives in business is because they don't stay in business. And a lot of times they don't stay in business, not just because they don't have cash flow. A lot of times they don't stay in business because they never sat down and done this and said, all right, what things do I like? What things do I not like? And they end up saying, I hate this. And the reality is that you don't hate it. You hated certain parts about it, and you were too damn lazy to actually go and audit those parts and say, hey, I need to move in a different direction. You guys aren't doing that today. You're doing the right thing. But that's something that we need to do. And that would be the first one. I would say if you could, I would duplicate it through whether it's, automation or it's through some type of tool that could, if that's possible. If not, then I would delegate it, and your units are, what, is it 7,000 or
on average? Is 3,500, anywhere between 1,500 and 7,000.
1,500 to 7,000. Okay.
I mean, it's
so on average, you say 3,500. All right. So,
yeah,
one door. Right.
Yeah.
If we're going to delegate, but if we can duplicate, and
yeah,
it's really not that much more. And so that's what we have to.
I think you make a great point. One of my concerns, because I'm always the one that's like the pessimist about stuff. It's like, if this is to go viral, we're starting to put out this content. It's still just the two of us. We don't have, we have 2 BAs, but we don't have like ancillary staff.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
be careful, Hannah, of making the fear of success and the fear of fulfillment get in your way to sabotaging yourself. You are right, but what I want is this. I know that right now, if something was to go viral in the next 90 days, here's the reality. The reality is that, you would have more people than you can handle. Okay. But all that would do is it would create massive urgency right now for us to do this 4D exercise, to delete, duplicate, or delegate, right? And so at the end of the day, we're going to always have problems. I'd rather have the problem that I have a 6-month wait list of people looking to get pumps from me than trying to have the same have a problem of, I don't know where our next customer is going to come from, all I know is this. I know that there is somebody, kind of very similar to what Mark said yesterday. There's people right now that are looking for work. There's people right now that would love to have a job like what you all could give them, but right now you can't give them that job. But if you had 45 people inquire about getting pumps, watch how fast you hire some of those people right now that are looking for work. So yeah, I would love for that to happen. And I would love for you to be bombarded. And you're going to see, at least I know that money is not going to be an issue. And I know that you all are going to be able to help another family that needs work. And the work is probably going to be fairly flexible. And I think it'll be the answer to somebody's prayer. So yeah, just be careful with that, like make sure that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for us to go viral because we're going to be able to, like, it's how you frame it. Like, man, when this happens, we're going to be able to now hire, like, at faster pace. We're going to be able to, hire what our goals were for 2026. We're going to be able to do it in a month. Oh my gosh, that's going to help so many families. That's going to help this, it's going to help that. And we're going to be able to help so many other people, this, that,
And the patients.
Yeah, and help the patients. And so just, So, it could happen. And I would love for it to. So.
I just think about,
No, just say it.
No.
Say it.
I just think about, we always put the cart before the horse. And, sometimes it's exhausting when things don't always pan out. And so I just,
you know what? You have to, okay, this is a big thing. You guys have to be very careful of not getting your value and worth based off of what happens when. Enjoyment over outcome. If you write anything down, write that down. Okay, you got to get to the point where it's like, listen, I get it. I'm not trying to be like, oh well, he doesn't have money. Listen, I'm going through right now. Okay, all right. I get the faucet has been shut off for me. Okay, all right. So, it ain't fun. Okay, but what keeps me going is enjoyment over outcome. Like, our job as entrepreneurs, you're a visionary, right? Your job as a visionary is to constantly see what is possible. And really, like, the highest level of professional in any sector is able to keep a massive level of enthusiasm even when reality hits and they get their ass kicked every day. That's what we do as high level professionals, right? Just think about it. I know both of y'all love sports. Okay. What do you think of Steph Curry?
One of the greatest.
He's one of the greatest shooters ever, right? And what is, I mean, I don't know how many interviews you've heard of him, but Steph Curry's had days where he has shot like 0 for 16. It's happened like 3 or 4 times in his career. 0 for 16, the greatest shooter ever. 0 for 16. And what the greats are able to do is they are able to compartmentalize and eliminate what just happened and show up with, like, he has the enthusiasm that the next one is going to go in. Like, that's what they're able to do. He's the greatest shooter all time, but he's not shooting at like 100%, right? And so that's what we got to do as entrepreneurs too. Like, you have to do that. Because if you think that the bottom is going to drop out, and that's how you are operating every single day, under that mindset, the bottom's going to drop out, the bottom's going to drop out, it's never going to get better. So, like, I'm sorry, you're going to literally talk yourself out of anything really good happening for you in business. Like, so you've got to start thinking that, listen, man, we're about ready to do this. Like, it's a possibility that, like, we will get like 30, 40 inquiries in a week or in a day. It could happen.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you knew that was going to happen, if you knew that was going to happen in the next 90 days, you think you'd be bullshitting with getting any of this content out? No, because you know it's going to happen. I have to trick myself to tell me that shit's going to happen to me all the time. This is going to be it.
Yeah.
And I got to act like Briggy says, if I'm any animal, I'm a dog. I like a puppy. She says, she's like, you're a puppy. It's like, what, my puppy? She says, you're a puppy because, like, why we love our dogs so it's because they remember nothing. Just,
like Groundhog's Day.
It's like I'm not in Orlando that much anymore. But when I was there 2 weeks ago before I took my daughter to DC, and Milo is our little toy poodle, and by accident, like, I just like didn't realize he was in back of me, and I heard her go, and I stepped on his tail. So, and then, but as soon as I stepped on his tail, he went to me, and he jumped on me like, I'm so sorry. Like, you gotta act like a puppy, man. You gotta be like, listen, like, you gotta forget it. You gotta, like, that's what the greats are able to do. You know, if they're constantly thinking, I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna miss this next shot, you're fucked. You are fucked. Like, so just keep that in mind. And, you know, good things are gonna happen, man. Good things are gonna happen. Yeah. I mean, and now let's talk. This is not just me being flighty. So, like, let's look at the logical side of this now. Okay, you guys are basically in a sector. How many other big time influencers and providers are there out there that are in this space?
No, it major anything. It's for just mostly patients that have it that are on
helping. Okay.
No, that are showing their
showing their own leg.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, are only 4 people watching these things that patients are doing? No, right?
They have some views.
They have some views?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are in an area where is this problem getting smaller or larger?
Well, people
population
becoming more aware of it.
They're becoming
people are getting older.
Okay,
so
they're getting older. All right. And it's a large problem, right? Okay. So it's not getting smaller. So you guys are in a growing market. More of your audience, not all your audience, but more of your audience is trying to consume information online. They're getting value online, whether it's TikTok. I mean, I saw some of the videos of TikTok. Some of them is 140,000, 160,000. I'm not saying all of them will be your customers.
No.
But good grief, you guys have an average product of $3,500. How many damn customers do you need in a year in order for you to have a wonderful year? If you got 1% of what those views were on that one video where that the girl was doing bridges and doing different things with her leg. I mean, that's 1,000 customers. You had 1,000 customers at a $3,500 price point. I'm not saying all your problems are solved, but your money problems are forever solved. Mm-hmm. If you don't have any major competition, because nobody's doing it. Mm-hmm. The biggest competition is, crap, we're not doing what everybody else is doing. It's between you. So you have an open market. It's just basically like, just do it. Just do it. One of them's will hit. Mm-hmm. We're going to get a banger.
Yeah.
And you're not dealing with another artist that has 3 bangers out there. You guys are dealing with artists that are your competition that have no bangers. And they have no desire to put out any bangers. So it's like, this is like, I don't know how this goes bad.
I agree.
I'm literally trying to figure how does this go bad? Like, no. And you don't really have that much of resistance and obstacle with regard to people actually buy it. It's not like this is a self-paid. That's why I try. Please enlighten me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just
what am I not seeing? Like, what am I not seeing? What am I missing here? This is like a $3,500 on average product.
It's a slam dunk.
Paid for by another third-party payer. So there's no resistance there. Mm-hmm. There's only one issue. Exposure.
Getting the people in.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And by the way, I knew that last year. Mm-hmm. That's just like, I don't get this. But I also know that, like, as clinicians, in what you had invested your time in, and it's hard to let that go. And when you guys have a good heart, right? You want to serve your people, and you have employees, and you don't want to disappoint them and all that other stuff. Okay, I get it. Like, that's why I was like, look, whenever they're ready, you're ready, and you'll do it. But now it's like, it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's been a lot better since we tie all those ends up. It has been better.
Yeah, I mean, the last year has been a thrash of change, and it just kind of, it's like those cartoons when they fall off the tree and they hit every branch, you're down. Yeah. And maybe that's what we needed, we're at bottom,
right?
Which sucks, but that's the reality of the situation. Yeah, like, I think I've let go of my pride. I mean, there's outside, there's outsider influence, but like, I think that's why media was showing so much willingness this weekend, because, like, I don't give a anymore. Like, I just don't. There's no other option. Like, this is it.
No, it's working.
Feel it.
I
love it.
It could work so much better and more.
I think, like, yes, it is exposure, and not to put you on the spot, Hannah, but, like, you get in the way of, like, because you're still butthurt over past noise.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
You got to be a puppy.
Yeah.
You got to be a puppy.
I'm just tired.
You're tired of people screwing you over. You're tired of that. I get it.
Yeah.
Guys, I get it. I get it.
When I put those line.
Your livelihood on the I get it. Can I tell you some stories? One story in particular. I've always been a puppy for the most part. And it created a lot of problems on the home front because I'm too gullible. I trust people too much. I believe in everybody too much. I think everybody's good. I do believe people are inherently good. Mm-hmm. I don't believe people are inherently bad. I think people, we all mess up. We all F up. But I think that, and I've been like that for a long time. But there was one person that really hurt me. Really, really, really hurt me. So remember I just told you that story about the girl that was the therapist that had failed 4 times. Mm-hmm. So, this is in 2018. I think it was, it might have been 2017. So it was 2018. So 2018, like, SSPT was really starting to pick up steam, right? And in 2018, that's when I stepped away from the clinic. Like, this thing was really taking, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. I've got a lot of staff. Some people can take over, and I'll just I'm not treating anymore. So I stopped treating. Okay. So this person worked with me for 10 years. I failed the board 4 times on going between the 4th and the 5th. I think the 5th, at least back then, was the last shot. Yeah. So she was, she didn't want to tell her parents. And her apartment was like $1,500 a roof. Right? Did I tell you guys? I got another friend to this.
So I don't know, man. It's kind of, yeah.
All right. So her apartment's $1,500 a month. Right? She comes to me and she says, hey, listen, no, I can't take the board for 3 more months. I don't want to tell my parents what's going on. Could you help me out? So I talked to my this partner. It was like, so employee. I was like, you know what? I'm going to help you. So I basically gave her a loan, $4,500 to pay for her apartment for 3 more months. And, you know, I was like, I believe you're going to pass it. I believe you're going to pass it. I need you to work hard. I'll give you this loan. And it'll be good. Give her a loan. On the 5th time, she passed it. She became a therapist. And within 2 months, she's basically a junior partner. Right? Okay. So now, that clinic, doing her thing, also working at a place that I got her a second gig at. It's like all the rich people of Tampa. I got her that gig over there as a side gig. So she's making her bread here, but then she's making her bread over there because I let go all that stuff to put all my energy into SSPT and just give them opportunity. You guys see that. I constantly give everybody opportunity. So now I found out from some of my staff that some of those people that she was seeing like privately for trading, which I was cool with that opportunity to have that, she was letting some of those people come into my clinic and not pay. Right? And not only is that not right, but it's sending a terrible message to my employees that like anybody can come in and you're just putting them on a schedule and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's kind of illegal to do that. So I reached out to her and I said, yo, is this true? What's going on? Initially, she denied it. And then she said, all right, fine. Yeah, kind of whatever. I was like, hey, I got to put you on, on probation. So I actually made her, I suspended her for 7 days. No pay. You don't come to work. I need you to think about this. If you want to leave, you got to leave. But we can't have that stuff, going on. So this is somebody that babysat my kid. It's like my little sister, And so fast forward, she ended up leaving maybe 2-3 months later and worked for a place 1 mile from me. It was a half a mile from me. And on my text message list, told everybody where she was going and took half of the caseload. Okay, fine. No problem. I didn't care. I didn't give you, I don't do non-compete, this is just whatever. I don't want to ever trap anybody. So her last pay, I said, hey, you haven't paid me back that loan yet. So I'm going to have to take it out of your pay. Guys, I have been an entrepreneur for 21 years. I have never, ever, ever been sued. And she threatens, says, you know what? You took that out of my pay. You'll be hearing from my client's lawyers. And I don't know why that triggered the shit out of me. I was so angry, so upset of somebody that I've taken care of, my little sister. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that to you, Hedda, because I became bitter for about a year because of that. Rightfully so. Yeah. Right? But you got to let that shit go, because without that, I would not have opened my heart back up to get people like her, like him. And, probably since then, maybe, I don't know, maybe 50 more employees that I've hired through the other businesses. So I just say that to you because it's okay. You can have your time or whatnot, but just don't block your blessings. There are a lot of people that want to be a part of something special that would be willing to go to bat for you guys. You guys would be willing to go to bat for them. They're out there. And don't let your heart be guarded. Yeah. in letting other people come into your life. People were, if you're around enough and you're doing enough good stuff, you're going to get fucked over. Okay, a couple times here and there. Yeah. But there's also going to be people that can change your life. That can help you guys and take what you're doing to the next level. Because if you start to feel like we're doing everything, you're already blocking your blessings. You're already starting to think small because like, shit, I can't handle what we're doing. Like, oh my God, what if we get 40 people? Like, you're already there. Again, you just have to be aware of it. Just be careful, right? That you don't let this sabotage you. Because then you guys will, even though you have something that like honestly has the ability to change your life massively. Probably it's going to happen sometime this year. You could totally sabotage yourself too. Yeah. Right? So keep that in mind.
It's good insight.
Okay? Keep that in mind.
I'm not really bitter. I think there's just more hesitancy than there should be.
Right.
Because of all of the things that happened.
And that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're even creating awareness around it right now is a very good thing. You guys have been open.
No, we need to hire. We know we need to hire. I just don't want to get burned again.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you know you're going to get burned?
I know.
You don't know.
I know.
Like, you could have the most amazing interview, this, that, and the person could fuck you over.
I know.
Okay? You can have and then you can have somebody that changed your life. You don't know.
I know.
You just don't. So just as long as you're aware of it,
Yeah.
And it
was getting fucked 4 times in a row, which is just really hard to.
Yeah, it's like missing 4 shots in a row.
Yeah.
But we're going to act like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. On the 5th one, it's going to work. Guess what? You know if it happened on the 5th one? All right, you get piked again. All right, cool. On the 6th one, it's going to work. We just have to act like a puppy. Yeah. That's what. I'm not saying to be gullible.
Yeah.
But just give people the benefit of the doubt. Learn. We're trying to extract wisdom. What did we learn? Okay. What did we learn from what can I learn that can help me maybe be a little bit more self-aware of, hey, is there a red flag here? Is there this? Is there that? But man, you got to so act like a puppy because you just don't freaking know. You don't know who the next Britney's going to be. You don't know who the next AT is going to be. You just don't know. Yeah. You know what's so funny? Before I hired AT, so AT was my student, right? Okay. And he was one of the students. He lived in Ohio. Then he moved to, North Carolina. Then after that, he came out here. So he was there in the early days at SSPT when it was like a lot of young people in my program and stuff like that. And they all just, now we're in the world. It's like, let's just go out to Florida, just go hang out there in Florida. And everybody's moving down. He was one of them, right? And so AT has always been, he's always been a wanderlust. He's always on the move. And I remember before I hired him, and there's a couple students that are friends with though. I said, I'm going to hire AT, man, and they were just like, I wouldn't touch AT, bro. I wouldn't touch AT. AT is not, he's not stable. He's here, there is him, you hear it is like, but I'm not saying it always works out, but it's like, I just always just give people the benefit of doubt. Okay. And I know that's hard sometimes, but look at it. AT's never been on a job for more than a year. He's been here. He's on his 3rd year. And yeah, he's going to, actually, he said he was going to move to the Philippines. Well, because the staff is growing so big and he wants to be there and I have no problem with it now. And now he's like, I don't even know if I'm going to do it. I might do 6 months. Shit. I was like, shit, bro. Yeah. I might do 6 months there too. Right. But anyways, my point is that you just don't know. You don't know. And you just got to give people the benefit of the doubt. But I'm not saying to be fully gullible. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'm too much of a puppy.
Yeah.
But I just know that that just keep your heart open. That's it.
I think it's just that in combination with being exhausted from being run through the ringer is just, it's like a bad combination.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I know that it's beat the shit out of you. Okay, I get it.
But I hear you.
But yeah, and I don't want to discredit it. It's okay. I don't want to discredit it. And I know there's pain that you all are feeling that I did not feel that, right? But I can tell you right now, it took me about 3-4 years ago, and the Julie thing happened in 2018. And it took me a while to be able to not even share the story and not get like hurt and get emotional. So, and by the way, that's okay. You want to know why? Because you care. You care. So, my job is to tell y'all the thing that you need to hear. Not the thing that will make you not get. You just care. Okay? You care. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. All right. Anything else? Okay for now.
I wanted to ask about the provider thing. And combining what we're going to do, but yeah.
Well, ask. I gotta pee, but just ask. I can answer it real quick and then go pee.
You want to tell him?
Yeah, so, sorry. I'm just tired. After talking with our attorney, we figured out a way to combine forces so that way it's not going against the anti-kickback laws and all that important stuff.
We can't get married right now because of the kickback.
Yeah, so anyway,
It's an actual
yeah. So, we've decided for the DME to acquire the PT practice.
Okay.
And then, and then instead of having PTs, because we still would have to go through, an ATP or an ND, we would just hire an ATP
to sign a prescription and to dispense the HME. So through us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know if you've ever been to like a Restore Hyper Wellness, but, the ID place.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so it's like, you fill out your chart and then you hop on a Zoom call with an MD,
right?
Yeah, and now our hope is that they would actually, provide a whole consultation. But like they would be the ones that sign the orders right then and there, and they become their patients, as opposed to right now I'm running around. Yeah, where Hannah's on the phone for hours and hours and hours trying to
Fancy
get back, Christian Stein,
right.
Yeah. So that's what we're thinking, and that's scalable. And then that takes me out of the clinic doing the consultation.
Right. You're not patient facing. You might be the face online of part of it, or maybe then we can both kind of do it because we're,
Yeah, I think that sounds very good. And I think that definitely would be the way that I would go.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we need to do is let's put on our CFO hat and ask ourselves, okay, what do we need to do minimum 2 months in a row to give us the confidence to financially we can bring that in. And so I would see if we can come up with that number. And
to hire somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It would have to be a full time, or is that right?
So we would be combined or not.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you combine?
Yeah.
It just makes sense
I would just acquire
to do that.
Because then we can get married, and then we can taxes and
Right.
and also.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, if that's a big deal to you, well, here, let's talk about the personal thing.
Yeah.
If that's a big deal, then yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number one. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds to me. I mean, if you want my advice, yeah, do it. That just makes sense.
Right.
I've been together forever. Yeah, cool. You want to get married? Good, then do it.
Right.
Okay, that's number one. Number two is if that also keeps you out of other legal things based on what you do, then also that's an emotional, mental barrier that you're removing. So do it.
Right. And then, and it's branding. It's one company.
Right. And then, it just perceived, it's just better. And then number three, if that opens you up for something that is going to allow you to remove yourself from the thing that you hate freaking doing, so you can put more of your effort on the two higher levels of value of communication and creation, then do it.
Yeah.
So to me, that sounds like a no-brainer.
This was a recent.
Yeah.
We've been trying to find ways around it for months.
Yeah.
And then
and it's good because we have a couple connections that would already had jobs, but they're, like part-time. They're,
30.
Yeah.
Even in a room NP, we have, a few other people that we have.
Primary care PNA. Like, we have some people that would do it until, like, they could commit to 10 hours and we could get them and afford them to.
And I think that is, we're not even talking about scale, but that is much more scalable than having a two companies thing.
Right. No. I don't want to think this is a question unless I'm missing something here.
I think Hannah doesn't want it.
I want to get validation because it's a ban and you think
Validation. I think we both know.
we know that.
Yeah, you know that's what you need to do. Yeah, then do it.
But like, is there a reason you'd be like, don't do that?
No. Well, okay, I'll give you one. The only one is having two companies sometimes is better than one, just from a like I can finagle things. You know what I mean, right? Like here, like, okay, for instance, I'll give you per example. I've got my NH Shores Getaway for this property, right? Is owned by NH Shores Getaway, and then I have Smart Success Healthcare, right? Okay. So Smart Success Healthcare has paid NH Shores Getaway. It's just instead of again, I maybe that's not a really good example, but Smart Success Healthcare has paid NH Shores Getaway $5,000 a month, every single month, and blah blah blah. Okay, now here, let's use one that is.
I got it.
Let's use one that's a little bit more maybe applicable to what you guys do. Smart Success Healthcare, Smart Success Campaign, that's the software, Smart Success Virtual. There was a time where everything was on a Smart Success Healthcare, but I had everything on it. It made things a little bit more complicated, and I had to split things out. Now, I have split things out so that now I've got salary under just this, salary under just that, salary under just this. So it's cleaner. It's a cleaner ledger when I have the multiple companies. That's the only reason
it's cleaner.
It's a cleaner ledger.
It's gonna give us legal issues because then I can't own and she can't own and we can't.
And I was just more saying that from the standpoint of just trying to let's play devil's advocate. That the only reason why I had the separate is just cleaner ledgers.
Got it.
Somebody comes after me, something happens, cleaner, just cleaner. But for what you guys at a personal level, it just makes more sense to do that. And I just think it makes more sense not to have to deal with the kickback bullshit and the other stuff.
Basically, is legally them as providers. And
right, exactly.
Kind of like you go get an X-ray somewhere and then they give you a walker while you're there.
Right, yeah.
Well, I heard a Senate hearing and talking about how, what is it? Aetna owns CVS that owns the health. Right? And so it's like, so it's a trickle down. It's crazy that, we can't get married legally because of this whole anti-kickback, but they're in bed together with the whole thing. It's like, as long as you're super in bed together, then
everything's fine. That's what I'll say. Y'all play the game the way that you need to play the game. Yeah, that's it. And just remember, it's just a game. So
that was easy.